Oh my God. Man, this thing is a doggone glass house. Ah. Man, that thing is beautiful. All right. It's the next day and my she's still down. But I did get the brakes and the rotors done. Man, they look so good. They look good right there. But I did get the brakes and the rotors done. And I put the new hardware on the caliper. And they look good, man. I like the way they look behind the wheel. I mean, you can't really tell, but I can. Y'all let me know what y'all think of the dimpled and slotted. Get in the comment section, let me know what y'all think about them. But my transmission line, it'll be here tomorrow. So the transmission cooler, it's not clogged up. It's not stopped up because I can blow through it and there's no restriction. And then that one line right there, when I blew through it, it was a restriction and then it kind of cleared up. And then this line, this hard line that's in here, the other one that plugs into the did I lose it? There it is right there. I need to pull it back up. There it is right there. This line right here, whenever I blew into it, it felt like it was something blocking it, and then it, oh God, and then it blew out. So let me get back up here, dude. Yeah. There it is. Get back up there. So this line right here, it blew out. When I blew into it, it was like it blew something solid out of this line right here. So today's a new day. So now I'm gonna undo that bottom line, that one down there, and then I'm going to attempt to shoot some air through there and see if it's a blockage in this radiator, this radiator cooler right here. But I watched a few videos, and what I did learn is I probably need to run a vent tube from here up to the top of the motor. That way it can vent properly, because venting from right there, it really needs to be up higher than the transmission. So I went and I got some windshield washer hose, because that's the right size. I already tried it on there. It fits real snug with no clamp. So I'm getting ready to drop this down. I'm gonna drop it down and I'm gonna run it on the side down to the transmission, and then I'm gonna get me a mason jar. I'm gonna drill a hole in it, and I'm gonna run the top of it into the mason jar just to see if anything pushes through once I get that new line. But I know that the line that's running from the transmission, the supply line that plugs into the bottom, that line right there, I know that line is not clogged up, because I undid it yesterday and I had my son crank up the truck and it was pumping. Like it was pumping. So we're gonna get it knocked out, gang. I'm gonna go ahead and run my vacuum line, and yeah, be waiting on that junk right there. I'm gonna have to do an update video on this union, this brass union right here. I mean, it was a temporary fix, but it's definitely not a permanent fix. Definitely not a permanent fix. But if you have a blowout on the side of the road, or your line get cut on the side of the road, you can definitely use a union to union those two together. But I think I'm gonna take that apart so y'all can see how small that hole is. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it right now. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Yeah, we're gonna see. Yeah, so I think it crimped it too tight. I don't know if y'all can see in there, but I think it crimped it too tight. I believe it did, but we definitely gonna replace that line, because when I did this union, I couldn't find this this line, this supply line right here. Oh, something ain't right. See, there's two of those in there. See that? And I think that was causing a I think it mashed it too much. I think it put too much of a you know, I mean, because I can't get that off of there now. I can't get that off of there. Yep, I can't get that off of there, and I'm pretty sure that it squoze it. I'm pretty sure it squoze it too tight, and it caused a blockage right there. So long term, negative. Short term, it's okay. But I was just wanting to see how long it was gonna last. All right. There's my new transmission cooler line. Yep. Yep, there's a new trans cooler line. Sure. And there's a part number right there. Yeah. So we're gonna go over there, flush everything out, and put it on. All right. So I'm getting ready to this is the setup that I did. So I ran that from the top of the vent hose over here to this mason jar right here. So I'm gonna see if it's gonna push anything up to the to this mason jar. But I'm getting ready to flush these lines out right now. I'm gonna flush those lines. Yeah, I'm gonna flush those lines right there and see what it do and let it sit. So I'm probably gonna use the old wait. Yeah, because I don't think I have an attachment for that. I don't know if I have an attachment for that. Yeah, I'm gonna just shove that in the line. Because I do have, hold on. Yeah. This line right here. I'm gonna plug this line into the top, and I'm gonna just shove that into there and flush this side of the radiator out. So let me do that. Well, gang, we had to come to the doggone auto parts store. You know, it's my favorite place. Corey came with me for sure, and I just came to get some clamps though. But look at what we got here. Oh my God. Man, this thing is a doggone glass house. Ah. Man, that thing is beautiful. That thing is beautiful, man. That thing is a doggone glass house, man. God, that is so nasty. Uh-oh. He popping the hood for us.
I mean, so I got multiple different colors of stuff. It's nothing super fancy.
God.
But
that's a big snail you got there.
It's, like I said, at 10 pounds a boost, that's the cool thing, because you don't really need a whole lot.
Yeah.
And it's just, because once again, it's, I'm flowing a lot, and, they're fun.
Y'all, he said he bought this thing brand new. He bought this car brand new, and
what's your channel?
It's Luke Fizzle 828. Yeah. God, man, she's so clean. Y'all see he ready? He got the drag. Yeah, I saw you had the.
Oh, for my laptop.
Yeah, for your laptop.
Yeah.
For that on-the-go tuning.
Absolutely, you got to monitor it.
Right.
So it's just keeping up on what you're doing, and so then I can record, and then I can go back and see what's going on. But once again, where do we live? We live in the mountains, and we live in curves.
Right.
There's only like one road that you could.
Yeah, you hit Spartanburg Highway.
64 or way out, right. And, go out there to Fruit Cove somewhere.
Oh yeah,
There's
man.
One real good stretch where you get, everything else. We're just all over the place, man, and you just don't have enough room to try to tune it. So you get a couple good pulls, and then
Man, this thing beautiful,
just
man.
Your bets, man, if you don't get pulled over the ticket at that point.
Right.
Because one of these days, they're.
You got any social media?
Nah.
You don't? Okay.
No, I did sign on for Bookface a long time ago. Then I realized that I didn't like those people 40 years ago, and I sure wouldn't like them now.
Oh, Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all heard what he called it?
I'm looking at
Bookface.
these people going, man, I didn't like them back then.
Right.
Why do I want to
friend them now, right?
Why do I want to see them in their food pictures, So, yeah, we got rid of it.
Man, this thing beautiful, man. Man, this thing beautiful, man. Oh, you got all the billet pulleys on there?
Yeah, billets. Yep.
God, man.
And this is done by that ignition system's done by a guy named Bob Bailey out of Michigan. He's out of Detroit. He's an engineer. He's got a whole bunch of gizmos for Buicks. He'd come up with translators so you could run different MAF sensors. Chips.
So how did you get the alternator? Because that's like off of 3500, right? Is that?
I'm not sure which one that came off of, but it's a high amp.
Yeah, it's a high amp. I tried to get one to work on my I got an OBS Tahoe. I couldn't get it to work.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't get it to work. Like the plugs were different, and they didn't sell the pigtail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got a spaghetti of wires back in there somewhere, so
Man, she looked good, man.
God, man, there's guys out there. There's guys out there that, man, everything is just lined right up. Everything's color coded. Everything's really nice and tight. I just got some worm gear clamps here. But
you got a driver though. You got something you can enjoy.
Oh yeah. I drive it as long as it's not raining, man. I'm taking it out.
Right. I mean, I don't see the purpose of having something that you're just gonna creep around at car shows. Like, you got to be able to put it to use. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of people out there, man. It's just like,
It's refreshing to see this thing out, and to see you driving it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I mean, I rolled up, man. My jaw dropped. Yeah, his jaw dropped.
Yeah,
because we knew what it was.
It's just a motor, but they're just there's an old saying, man. It's that candle burns brightest, burns quickest, and you crank this thing up. I mean, you can hurt them.
What is it capable? If you decided to,
if I had this thing tuned up really, really good, and with a good launch and stuff, it's a low 10 car in a quarter mile.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it doesn't take much. See, you take a turbo Buick LC2, and the thing is that people don't realize is that back in '87 you could have got a limited, with a Landau top,
with
the a 60/40 split bench seat, fabric, with nothing else in it, with the LC2 package, which gave you the turbo, which gave you that motor. See, those are rare.
Regal T-types.
The T-type. That was another package. They discontinued that in '87. As far as the LC2 availability, what they did was then they threw the 307 in that. and continued that for the last year of the T-Type as a suspension touring package only.
Okay.
But the WE4 you could have got, and that had aluminum core support, had aluminum drums,
Yep.
and it had some other stuff for light weight saving options that was lighter than the Grandnational.
Okay.
You know, the Grandnational, you were paying more money for the black.
Yeah.
Okay, it had the same thing, but you could have got, like I said, a Buick Limited with the Landau top.
Yeah.
You could have got it in sea mist green.
Oh, man.
You know, you could have got it in fun fag purple, whatever.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
could
yeah.
have got that because they had a whole
Yeah.
thing of
You could get
of
the
colors.
Grandnationals in silver and white too, couldn't you?
No.
Weren't there 3 colors on it?
That was only in '83. That's
Okay.
when they were starting the
Okay.
Grandnationals to figuring out.
Yeah.
And so in '84 they were hot airs. In '85 they were hot airs. '84 they made 2,000 of them.
Okay.
Only 2,000 of them. And they were hot airs. So the turbo was up top. There was no intercooler,
Right,
nothing.
right,
85
right.
was also hot air. 86 and 87 was the intercooler.
What year is this?
87.
87. Okay.
So, you know, they made 28-some thousand of the 87s. The 86 was about 18,000 of them. Okay? 85s, I don't know how many of the 85s were made. But anyway, it was, like I said, the cool thing was that, you know, you could have got the Limited in any color, man. Beautiful. Because, you know, now it seems like they're all white, gray, or black on the roads. There's just only three colors to choose
that
from.
tan.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of those
You
too.
know,
Yeah.
but back in the day, man, in the '80s, you could have got something rolled off the line with some wild, star, copper, whatever,
Yeah.
crazy. You know, it's kind of like Goofy Grape and Plum Crazy and stuff back in the '60s. You know, Dodge was kicking ass in terms of colors.
Yeah,
and
they
they
were.
kind of still are. You can still get those colors.
Oh,
They brought
yeah,
it all
yeah,
back.
yeah.
But you know, the whole thing was that. Now when you did the GNX, that was 547, were only made, and they brought those over to ASC. Okay, so ASC was another company.
Hey,
they were the sunroof company.
They made the McLaren, right?
The McLarens, yes.
Okay,
So
okay.
The ASC. So what they did was they put in they took the standard, the stock turbo, and they did a ceramic impeller.
Okay.
They put 2 more rows on the intercooler. You got your panhard rod, which was the big bar going all the way back to your rear end.
Okay.
Which was really nice because, man, you had squat hard.
Yeah.
16-inch rims, some different badges and stuff like that. Corvette servo in the transmission.
Okay.
On the BR, and a little bit they tweaked the BRF valve body.
So is this a 4L60?
No, this is a 200.
A 200?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just what it came with.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the 200 4R, which ended up going into the 4L60.
Okay.
I think no. I'm sorry. Let me strike that because the 700 4R wound up going into the 4L60.
Yeah. Yep.
That's that transition there.
Okay.
Whereas this was the 200, and they got a really bad reputation, you know. But once again, you know, if you build them right, then
What's up?
you know. But they're good for about 800 horse. After that, then you better start thinking somewhere else.
What's yours pushing out?
This, when we dynoed it, we put a wicked tune on it, and we dynoed it about 10 years ago out at Richard Clark's. This is out there in Burlington, North Carolina.
Okay.
It was about 780 foot-pounds of torque at about 24 pounds at least. So
Okay.
they put out more torque than horsepower. So it was about a little over 600 horsepower.
That's still nice.
And that's at the wheels.
Okay.
And that was just, you know, but at that point, then we turned it down. You know, I mean, I turned it down at that point. It's like, why?
God, man, this
Do it.
thing.
I just can't afford it.
Right.
You know, I
Right.
just can't. That's
Man,
the
it's-
problem. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, we're all in the same boat. You know,
Right,
at this point,
right.
we just, you know, I mean, fuck, a loaf of bread is how much? I mean, crying out loud.
$4.
You know, gallon of milk, man. You go into the store and you're like, damn.
Right.
You know. Oh, are you? All right.
Yeah, man.
So, you know, it's just, I mean, you know, what's going on right now, man, in terms of, you know, it's tough. So that's why, you know, you won't see me out there popping wheelies with it. That's
Right, right.
So
yeah, I had a blue Volkswagen, man. I had to get rid of it because either I was gonna end up wrapped around a tree or in jail, and I was like, man, it had to go.
yeah.
Yeah.
My wife wanted an R. The you know, the GTI.
Yeah,
R,
yeah, man.
She
It's
wants
like,
an R, and it was just like, look, baby, we need all variable debt out of our life.
right,
I'm
right.
57 years old. We need all variable debt gone. No credit card debt. House payment's done. You know, I mean, because
That's
hope
all right.
hits the fan. You know?
Yeah.
So,
Man, this thing is. Hey, I appreciate your time, man, and
no, you know, you
But,
edit
hey.
it out, put a couple little tidbits in there.
Yeah,
And,
man.
but no, that's no, it's funny because, you know, people want to ask, you know, and I'll tell them basically, you know, options and stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
did, how many limiteds we're making.
you know your stuff, man. You taught me something today.
You know, but I would have rather had a limited, because I would have rather had 60/40 with cloth seats.
Yeah,
You know, total grandpa with the wire hubcaps.
yeah.
Landau top, and you get the bump on the hood with the LC2 package.
Oh yeah.
And that tells
yeah.
you what's underneath the hood. It's the same damn motor. Same. There's
Yeah.
nothing more fancy. People go, oh, it's the twin turbo. No, they didn't make a twin turbo. You know, no, they didn't do this. No,
Right.
they didn't do that. So, you know,
Yeah.
but if I had pulled up into a limited, some, you know, people that would have known would have known. But
Yep.
those that, you know, they just, that's, you know, it's an old car.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I would have so much rather had a limited. You know, and
Man, this thing
knew
looks
a
so
buddy that had
menacing,
a
though.
Real beautiful one. This thing was like a dark rust color.
Yeah.
Dude, it was the most prettiest color in the world. But I'll tell you another problem. I'm originally from Flint, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
And,
I've been there.
So when they were building these off the line, when they moved all the production for the body over to Lansing from Flint,
Yep.
what was going on was, okay, so they're spraying a Buick. Okay, it's coming down the line, and it's all programmed in. So this one's a metallic brown. Okay?
Yep.
And the next one's a metallic green.
Yep.
Well, they didn't clean those guns out. So what was happening was that was getting switched over,
Yeah.
and you were getting a little bit of that brown metal
Like a
flake
flip?
with that green.
Oh,
Like a
okay.
flip?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
well, not quite like a flip, but it's just a fuck up. Because what happens is if you ever get when it came off the lot, you bought it brand new and stuff, and
Yep.
all of a sudden you got a fender bender and you took it in, try to get it matched up.
They couldn't match it.
You ain't gonna
Yeah.
match it. You ain't gonna
Wow.
match it. And then it would all come out and you have a fender that wasn't right.
Yeah.
Because that's what they were doing off the line and stuff. And I knew
Wow.
a guy that had a Grandnational. It was not black. It
Really?
had like this brown metal flake in it.
Yeah.
And it was weird because it was kind of like as it progressed, it got
Yeah, yeah.
blacker and blacker.
Yeah.
But when you got up to it, you're like, here's like, oh.
Something ain't right here.
It was just their
But you knew-
quality.
you knew what
know?
it was,
I mean,
though.
look at this. It's their fit and finish.
Yeah.
It's their quality. These things rattle, man. These things rattle harder than teeth in a Kentucky trailer park. You know?
God.
I just, you know, it's the fit and finish. The doors are heavy. You know, you wind up getting cracks right here. Your pillars right here wind up cracking. These wind up getting very, very flimsy right here. They do make a plate. You can put a plate, and it actually just bolts in.
Oh yeah.
To
They
strengthen
sell
it.
those new those billet door the slammers or whatever. Oh, this right here, they make all that right there in billet now.
Do they?
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yep.
yeah. You know, it just you know, they're fun.
This right here is a real good example, man.
I mean, it's just to get in and go.
Right. Uh-oh.
Nice and quiet.
Sleep.
Get on it.
Yeah, right. Hey, man, I appreciate your time, man.
All right, you guys have a good one.
Oh, yeah, you too.
I'll take off this way and give you a little spool.
This way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing fancy. Still here.
All right.
Let's go get my plate.
All right, I got you. Hey, did you hear that skirt? hey, skirt, he didn't even get it. He just skirted a little bit. God. Man, that was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. That's a treat for y'all guys. So we finna go on here and get what we finna get. And head on back to the crib.